Right, hello guys and gals, welcome to part 2, and I'm here to bring you the second part of my CD collection, in case if you hadn't watched the first part, for the people out there who did not watch the first part, and for the people who haven't watched it yet, I'm doing a CD collection video, my new updated collection. I have got quite a big load of purchases here, and the other CD rack right over there. So yep, part 1 I've been showing you what I got in that rack. Now, part 2 I'm going to tell you what's in this rack now. So yep, in this one, this is showing all the albums, that one showed all the albums from A to M, AC/DC to Megadeth. Now I'm going to show you all the albums from Magnum to this compilation down there, which I couldn't fit it on there, but I had to pop it on the bottom shelves because one of them's wider. So yep, here we go, let's do this. I'm not sure if these really count, actually. I'm not sure if this really counts, I don't know what this is, but I'll probably get a shot of that one. And here, I don't know if these two really count, but these are a couple of compilation albums which have, of songs from all these CDs to play. You have to play in the car on there, some classic hits on there. Some, yeah, it's been recorded for disc, and Walter Trout, and that it's live studio session. Actually, I don't know when it's from, but it could be very good. Yeah. Well, anyway, onto the main collection now. Here, so yeah, we've got a great 1980s UK band, progressive one, Magnum, and that's Good Night LA. Quite good. What? Quite good actually. We've got Marillion, The Best of Both Worlds. This is a compilation album featuring all the hits of the Fish era and the Steve Hogarth era up until 1997. This is the Fish era side of the compilation, and the other side I'll show you. Steve Hogarth on there. I'll just have to turn that upside down. And both sides of this cover feature elements from both eras actually. On there. So yep, we've got the great classic legend guitarist. He's coming on tour to the UK, and you know, Michael Schenker, if you watch this video, rock and roll. Right, we've got a compilation album, The Best of the Michael Schenker Group from 1980-1984. Quality and great guitarist. If you haven't heard of Michael Schenker, I recommend get this before you get the other albums. Some great guitar playing on there. And Michael's formed a new project 4 years ago. This is the third album. Which he's released under the name Temple of Rock. Right, yeah, and this is Spirit on a Mission. Classic, I could say. And there's a great album. Actually, brilliant. Oh, actually quite good actually. And I did see the lineup in a video which I have got on my channel. It is Michael Schenker live at Stockton Ark. Check that video out after this one if you haven't seen it. It's great quality concert footage. I recommend it. Well anyway, we've got Motorhead, Bomber. Right here, the third album, and the second of 1979. I have got more Motorhead albums, in case if you didn't know. Inside the middle, I'll show them in part 3. Motorhead, 1916. Brilliant, classic one. This has got some of the schools of the band members on the back, which I don't know what that'll mean for any apparent reason. Just on their faces, not anywhere else. Got another recent Motorhead album. The third album with the current lineup, and that is Snakebite Love. Yep. Got a compilation album, Best of Motorhead compilation, and also, almost in case if anyone didn't know, that drummer Phil Taylor died around that month, so. Lemmy, if you're watching this, I give you my sincere condolences about Phil. And of course Phil Taylor, one of the best drummers for all time. Excellent Filthy Hamilton, excellent. One of the best drummers of all time, and always will be. I could say so. Yep. Hey. And God bless his soul as well. So, yep. Well, anyway, now back to Mothead. We've got a recent album here, which was released 5 years ago. This is The World Is Yours. Quite good album, in fact. Anyway, we move on to Nazareth. Got Nazareth Greatest Hits on here. Another odd one in here. I don't know who these are. No Sweat. I wonder who they are when I listen to them. We've got Ozzy Osbourne. We've got quite a few in here. We've got Tribute with a live album from 1981 with the classic Randy Rhoads on guitar. We've got No More Tears right here. One of two best-selling Ozzy Osbourne albums in America. Got Osmosis, the comeback album. He said retirement on the, and he came back on the Retirement Sucks tour. That's what it was called for this album. This album actually quite a good one actually. And a compilation album we've got in here, The Essential Ozzy Osbourne. And is he about to do doves again? Being intoxicated. About to bite the dove again, being intoxicated. I'm joking. Well, I'm joking. He's moved away from alcohol and drugs in recent years, but he is puzzled on how he survived 40 years with them. This is one of the best all-time albums of all time, and a classic up there. This is the second best-selling album of all time, and that is that is the Triangle album. A triangle with the rainbows in the sky up there, shining brightly. Shining brightly for love. I'm joking. It's not that. This is Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. Yep, classic. Brilliant. Got Phil Collins' solo album. But seriously, sorry, I was just looking at see what that said. Sorry, start stylized text writing. We've got a compilation album, Purple Rainbows, the very best of Deep Purple, Rainbow, Whitesnake and Gillan compilation album. Great 80s band on here. Poison. Look what the cat dragged in. Look at that cover. Fantastic. Yep. Got the they've got the extreme glam fashions on this album, and the glam metal image would make these guys all sort of lady-like almost. That's when it was at their most extreme. I mean, actually, with that makeup on and everything and appearance. And this is the censored version of this album. It's got a censored cover on it, and this is a classic one and could be my favourite one. Poison. Open up and say ah ah ah. Open up and say ah. Great album. Great album. And Poison, Native Tongue. We've got another compilation album here, Permission to Rock. Quite good, in fact. Got classic Quiet Riot on here, probably the band which launched success for other bands of the genre in America to follow, and a few from Britain as well, for the glam movement, and that is Quiet Riot, Metal Health. Great classic. Make sure Metal Health won't dry in man, burn your head. I'm joking. Well, anyway, moving on. Got the Choir Boys, the debut album, A Bit of What You Fancy, and the Sinners, actually from Newcastle, Spike. Quite a good band, actually, an album. Hey you, what can I do other than for you, man? I haven't heard that song in a long time. I've got this on tape and CD. Got a great band here, classic one, Queen, the greatest hits. featuring all 4 members together before the untimely death of Freddie Mercury in 1991 of the HIV virus and AIDS, and them at the time. So yep. Well, anyway, Richard Marx, and this one is Repeat Offender. I wonder what he'll be like when I listen to him. We've got another one which I found here called Roxette Tourism. There's a few in here which I may have to listen to, see if they're any good or not, and if they are, I'll say it in the next video. We've got a Rush compilation album, retrospective, showing all the hits from all the great songs from 1974 to 1980, which are on here. Brilliant. Got a great 80s band here. I've got the first 3 albums on vinyl. This is their 4th album, Rat, Reach for the Sky. This has got a couple of good tracks on here called Wakel Jr. and also there's one other song as well, but I'll have a look afterwards. One of the really great ones and all-time favourites is Rainbow. This is the debut album, Richie Blackmore's Rainbow. I've got here Rainbow on stage, featuring the Rainbow at the top, Rainbow classic stage set at the band, which, if you didn't know this, it frequently interfered with the guitars and amplifiers when it was like lit up on stage. We've got another compilation album here of live tracks and some B-side as well. It's Rainbow Final Vinyl, and that photo now was taken in 1982 before a show in San Antonio, Texas, actually. And Rainbow's actual final album in 1995 when they reformed, Stranger in Us All. Quite a good album actually, really great guitar playing and songwriting. And also, there's a few songs which Richie Blackmore likes to do all the classic, do your metal version of a few classical pieces. That one had Hole at the Mountain again on there. It's quality, great, excellent. We've got quite a few Rainbow compilation albums I found in here. We've got The Very Best of Rainbow on here, Pot of Gold, and Stargazer, The Very Best of Rainbow in here. We've got Shark Island, War of the Order. See what they're like. One of the third wave pop metal bands. This is the 2nd album after their greatest success with the first album, Stick It To Ya. This, in fact, this album is The Wildlife. Quite good. Here's something a bit different for you, here's something quite a bit different for you. C6 Steve, and that is it's called I Start Out With Nothing and I Still Got Most of It Left. You're actually quite good actually. In fact, here's another really good one, Skid Row, debut album. Brilliant. And Skid Row, Slave to the Grind. Here's another one. Here's another one. This guitarist came from the 60s, quite good actually, Santana, and that is Supernatural. This one is Santana, All That I Am, on here. And also here is another great band, great 80s group on here, great band. Got Scorpions. There's actually 3 albums in here. There's actually 3 in this set. There's In Trance on here. This is the uncensored version of the cover. It had one of had one of her breasts leaning down towards a guitar. I think they censored it out for some reason. This is one of the first Scorpions covers to do that. Scorpions, Virgin Killer. This is the censored album cover featuring the 5 band members on the front and Taken by Force. Well, they're all 3 quite good albums, in fact. But really, the Virgin Killer album and the Virgin Killer album and the Virgin Killer album had a naked 10-year-old girl on the front with glass on in one bit to cover up the bits, but they found that a bit too offensive, so they changed it to that. And Taken by Force one, the original cover had children playing with guns in a cemetery, so they changed that as well. We use a cover which is another, this was named the best sleeve of 1979 by Playboy magazine, and that is Scorpions, Love Drive, their very first classic album with the classic lineup. So yep, and this is the uncensored version of the album. Nearly everywhere stocked it except Walmart, they got this album sleeve on there, which has a scorpion over the band's name. Yeah, and this cover has one of a woman's breasts exposed and with and there's chewing gum on it, and the man's trying to pull, you've got chewing gum on his hand and trying to pull, you're pulling it, and what it looks like it's pulling, but I don't know. Got classic Scorpions, Blackout. Excellent, brilliant album, classic. Look at that cover, fantastic. Right, got, if I can get this out, compilation album, Best of Rockers and Ballads, featuring some of the hits of the 80s. Quite good album, in fact. And many people consider this album to be the last classic Scorpions album. But this was also the last with the classic lineup as well. It's called Crazy World on here. Quite a good album cover actually. And featuring the well-known big hits Send Me an Angel and Winds of Change. Winds of Change. Here's post-classic Scorpions. This is their 1993 effort, Face the Heat, which also, coincidentally, was the first appearance of a bass player called Ralph Riekemann on the album, and the last appearance of Herman Rarebell on drums, which he played on all the albums from Taken by Force to that album. This is Stin in the Tail. This is one of the most recent albums, which was originally going to be the final album released before they do a farewell tour and split up, but then 2 years into the tour they retracted the decision and they're still going and have released another album. So yep, here's another one I found here, the Seahorses, Do It For Yourself. In there. Ooh, Tenacious D featuring Jack Black. Brilliant. Tenacious D. We've got another compilation album in here, the best air guitar albums in the world. Actually. Yep. Ted Nugent, great guitarist, full blonde or nudity. Got ears soaring very heavy and very different. Actually great modern metal band, Trivium Ascendancy. This is their second album. That could be one of the albums I'm thinking of getting at Christmas, maybe, possibly. They've shifted now to more classic metal, which is great. Here's another album I found, The Chart Show, Rock the Nation, Volume 2. Ooh. I wonder what that's like. We've got Ian Gillan, the lead singer of Ian Gillan Band. This is the best of Gillan, featuring some of his best hits from when he was a solo artist. And We use it.
Sorry about that again.
It probably, since there's a lot of CDs, that might probably happen for, you know, part one and two. It could be like about 20, 30 minutes. We'll see how it goes. I'll have to double check. Well, anyway, as I was saying, we've got another fantastic one. This is Thunder's debut album, Backstreet Symphony. Quite good, in fact. And also, did you know that the drummer's now in Magnum as well as Thunder? Well, doing it like coincidentally, sort of thing. But we've got two others in here. We've got Thunder, Laughing on Judgment Day, probably the best album, well, considered by most people, and Thunder, Behind Closed Doors. And also, did you know that they've released a new album called Wonder Days? No, I might get that album, actually, see if it's any good. Got something a bit different in here for you. We've got Radiohead, OK Computer. And I found this. Well, this was recorded onto this disc. This is Lamb of God, and I don't know what album this is, but this is very, very extreme metal. Actually, who else have we got in here? We've got Lita Ford, and this is a self-titled album called Lita. This is her best-selling album. Wait. Excuse me. That's what I said in the. I said in part one. I've got a bit of a cold at the moment, so yep. Well, anyway, self-titled album, Lita, probably her best-known album, and also got a very massive hit and track on there called "These Kiss Me Dirty Cause Wise Forever." It had Ozzy Osbourne on there. A Led Zeppelin compilation album in here, featuring many of the greatest hits from the original tenure. And the last one for this part of the section is Linkin Park, and that's Hybrid Theory. Great album. Well, anyway, I'm going to stop this video for now, and when we come back, I'll stop it for now, and I'll stop it for the moment, and then I'm gonna do that end some, and I might have to go and have a bit of grub to eat as well, so if that happens, I'll see you guys later on. Coming from Stokesley, the one, the only Metal Man it's everyone for here is. Hey, I'm back. Well, anyway, I'm back. I just had to go and have my tea for a moment, and well, I'm here to bring you the rest of part 2, so we'll see how long this goes. We're on this side now. This is the final bit of the CD rack, and part 3 we're going to be moving to the middle. Right, we've got another good 1980s metal band here, Tesla, Mechanical Resonance. Quite good. This one here is called Reel to Reel. This is a covers album. This one, Tesla, Reel to Reel, of classic hard rock and heavy metal hits on here, actually. Yep. Show you a bit of the inside sleeve. What's in this? Right there. Yep, this has got classic songs, Rock Bottom, Space Trucking, Bad Reputation, like some quite good rock hits on here. Actually, be a good album, actually. Here's a classic rock band here for you, UFO, and this is a UFO compilation album featuring some of their best hits from the 70s. UFO were one of those bands which were around, they were like a band which transitioned in between the new Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple era and the new Wobble of British heavy metal. So yeah. Well, anyway, we've got another supergroup here, and actually a really great one. This was the very first. This is what got me into hard rock and metal music. Velvet Revolver. This one is Contraband. This was one of the very first albums I ever listened to properly. They're quite very good, actually. And Libertad, right here, came out in 2007, and this is where my very first listening experiences of hard rock or metal were. Actually, quite great album, brilliant. Look at that cover. Now, here's another band for you called Vain, and this is No Respect. Here's a classic band for you, Van Halen debut album with a great cover. This is one of their classic albums featuring some of their best songs, featuring Eddie, Alex, Michael and David Van Halen. You're right here. Oh yeah, classic album, brilliant. Actually, we've got Van Halen compilation album, the Best Of Volume 1, featuring some of their greatest hits up until 1996, both the Van Halen and some people called called the Hagar period of Van Halen. Your Van Hagar, and this is one during the Hagar period of Van Halen, a live album, Van Halen. It is called live right here, right now. Sammy Hagar. I almost forgot his name. Sammy Hagar period of Van Halen. I was just about to say some people called the Sammy Hagar period of Van Halen Van Hagar to distinguish it from Van Halen. Anyway, we've got For an Awful Carnal Knowledge, or if you put together, it's short for you know what it is. And that is what the tour was called. The initials for an Awful Carnal Knowledge. We've got another classic Sammy Hagar album here, but you know, although they reached #1 and everything, but the sales dropped a bit. But still, some of the songs are quite good though. But well, anyway, we've got another classic Van Halen album here called Balance. This was the last album to feature Sammy Hagar. And when I forgot his name for a moment, I also forgot to say Steve Hagar. and this is a comeback album for Van Halen, and for Dave Lee Roth after 28 years. It is A Different Kind of Truth. And also the very first album to feature Eddie Van Halen's son, Wolfgang Van Halen, on bass. You know, quite a good album, actually, in fact. Anyway, we've got, you know, I don't know who these are. Warp Drive, you know. I wonder who they are. We've got White Lion, we've got Pride, an acoustic band, 80s band here, White Lion, Pride. Two of their best known hits, which are two of their best known hits on this album is When the Children Cry and Wait. Well, actually, the whole album is classic, actually. And we've got a later White Line album here, the last one, the original lineup, Main Attraction. Quite good. There's another band here for you called Wasp. This is their fourth album, actually. This is the Headless Children. We've got Winner in the Heart of the Young, led by Reb Winner, who he was in Alice Cooper up until from 86 to 89. And then he formed this self-titled band before he joined Whitesnake. Quite good in fact. We've got Whitesnake. This is a double album, 2-in-1. We've got 2 live albums, Live in the Heart of the City and a Live at Hammersmith, which was, I think it was an EP when it came out. I'm not entirely sure about that one. Please comment and let me know. We've got Whitesnake, Slip at the Tongue. Well, still actually quite good Whitesnake album. And Whitesnake, this was originally going to be a David Coverdale solo album, but the record company forced him to release it under Whitesnake, so this one's called David Coverdale and Whitesnake, and this is Restless Heart. It's quite good, actually. It's more bluesy compared to the previous one. Went back to their more rockier tone, roots, and this is their comeback album, Whitesnake, Good to Be Bad. One of the very first albums I've ever listened to in this genre. Very great album, in fact. Got Forevermore right here, another good album. And their most recent album, which just came out now, is the Purple album, which was actually like a remix album of David Coverdale era Deep Purple songs, which a few of them I quite found okay actually. We've got a bit of Walter Trout in here. We've got Walter Trout and the Radicals. Go the Distance. Walter Trout, Deep Trout. Got Walter Trout, Full Circle. Yep. And I've got a couple more in here we need to get through. We've got Common Ground, Walter Trout. He was a quite good guitarist actually. Walter Trout, Blues for the Modern Days. And the last and we've got another one here. We've got the classic 80s guitarist here, Yngwie Malmsteen, Rising Force. Brilliant. Classic metal here for you. Some of these next CDs are some classical music I found in here. I'll show you them as we go along. We've got a bit of classical music in here as well, which came with all of these. Vivaldi, The Four Seasons. Beethoven, Symphony No. 6, Pastoral. Handel, Walter Suite in F major. Mozart, Symphony No. 41, Jupiter. Wait a minute, I'm just going to pull these out to speed it up a bit. We've got Holst, The Planners. Yep, that's right. The case is broken on this one. It's George Gershwin, Rhapsody in Blue, and what's this one? Dvorak, Symphony No. 9 in E minor, called New World Symphony. New World Symphony. The last three of this classical music is there's Bach right here, Toccata and Fugue, air on a G string, Italian Concerto, Violin Concerto. This next one is this one's Wagner, Ride at the Valkyries, Overture in Tannhauser. And Busasorgi, Pictures at an Exhibition. So, still got a bit of classical music there. I'll actually listen to a bit of that. And last but not least, of the ones on the CD rack we've got here, we've got this compilation album. This is rock anthems. This is on 2 discs in here. Right there. I think there's 2 sides of the tin to it. Right in there. 2 discs. Quite good compilation album. Well, anyway, that's the end of part 2 for you guys. Now, I'll move on to part 3, which is, well, this lot in the middle is the one I've been building up, actually. So, yep, well, anyway, I'll see you guys in part 3. I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.